In this video, I'm going to magnetise the turrets of my cardboard Grot tanks. When I made my cardboard Grot tanks, I mentioned the idea of magnetising the turrets, and in this video, I'm going to do that. First, I'm hole punching 6 25mm discs from food packaging cardboard, which is what's used for the current mounts for the turrets. I glue 3 of them together with wood glue and leave them to set. For the 2 mounts, one will be made of the 3 discs currently glued together and a 4th, and the other from just 2 discs. I made a template by finding the centre of this 25mm disc using the cutting mat, which has 1-inch squares. I then marked 5mm out from the centre on each axis, leaving what would be a 10mm disc. I used these marks to line it up with the long 10mm hole punch I have and punched out the centre. I'm continuing to use the same template rather than make another. I'm using 10mm by 1mm N52 neodymium magnets. Using the template, I draw a circle on the 3 disc stack and on one of the single discs. I then line these up with a hole punch and punch them out as accurately as I can. The magnets are a tight fit, so I'm going to add them to the mounts as I stick the mounts together. One magnet will be slightly sunk in, the other slightly sticking out. I check the polarity of the magnets using an already magnetised tank. I want these interchangeable, so they need to be the right way around. The turret magnet will be the one sticking out slightly. Once I'm happy with the polarity, I put the magnet into the hole. I then add wood glue to the cardboard and super glue to the magnet and stick the intact disc on. I double check the polarity and then assemble the other mount in the same manner. I'm now going to remove the current mount. Extending a craft knife outwards, I slowly work it around the edge to remove the mount. I did clip some of the rivets on the bottom, but I later repaired them. I painted the 2 mounts in the same way as the rest of the tank. I also added a couple of layers of matte varnish. Even if the rest of the tank isn't protected, these should be. I then glue the mounts in place. The turret mount is glued where the original one was. The other is glued onto the hull, and I take a bit more care to centralise it than I originally did. Once dry, I use some black acrylic paint to touch up around the edge of the turret mount. All 3 tanks now have magnetised main turrets. I haven't done the same with the small turret yet, because I only have one, and I will probably need even thinner magnets. The turrets can now be swapped between the tanks. They will also be usable with anything else I make in the future that uses the same system, and vice versa. I'm going to keep the turrets removed from the tank whilst they're not in use. Want to help support the channel? Then please like, comment, subscribe, share, join our Patreon, or buying through the Amazon or drive-through links below helps support the channel at no cost to you.